The tallest building in the United States, One World Trade Center. Looking glorious tonight as we come to you from New York. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. You'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Wednesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the center position. And for the Knicks, Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. And it's Smith in at point guard. And tonight a matchup of inexperienced teams, young ball clubs. Brent, talk about some of the challenges that come with coaching a team so young.
I think the idea for most of the coaches is they see it in the eyes of the players. They want everything now. They want it so fast, and they're not quite sure about the steps to get to the end game. That's the most important thing for a coach, is to talk about the small steps throughout any given season that the coach can put in front of them. And some of those challenges, you find out also which of the guys are willing to accept the team challenge as opposed to the individual one.
But challenging nonetheless in every way.
Oh, yeah, and for 8 months of it, Kevin. Yeah. So get ready for massive parenting for the year for this coaching staff.
Those three-pointers off the mark. And the Bulls with possession. On the wing, Levine. With the floater. The Knicks pull it in. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
White, wide open. He fired. Rebound by Smith. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jim Boylan.
Thanks, Kevin. Looking at these matchups, he thinks they can pound the ball inside with success. He wants them to get points in the paint early, force the defense to collapse, and then play inside out. We'll see if the opponent sticks to that game plan as well, guys.
Thank you, David.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
White dishes to Porter. The pass to Markkanen. Kicks it to White. Levine passes to Porter. Just 5 on the clock. It's a hand on it, and Markkanen on the follow.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
The drive by Smith. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. Knocks it loose. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to Toronto. Levine kicks to White. Back to Levine. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
The putback, Randall on the follow.
Randall not giving up on that play, smells that one out, grabs the ball, and gets 2 more.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Carter finds Levine. Outside, Markkanen. They get it again. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs. And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke, fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
And the first one drops. And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7 for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
Carter hits them both. And here are the Knicks now. Smith with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. Here's Randall. It's deflected.
And blocking shots mostly about will and desire. Markkanen showing he has it on that one.
Here's White. And that one hits back iron. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Floats one up. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound in this one. White against Smith. White dishes to Levine. Randall brings the double team. Levine can't hit. For New York, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Stolen by Markkanen. Robinson against White. Outside, Markkanen. But they'll get another chance. And again, no good by Chicago. Here's Knox. Trying to get open is Robinson. Knox misses. Here's Chicago. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots. But on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
And here's Randall following Otto Porter's 3. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Barrett. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
Markkanen against Randall. Outside, Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, Levine. Robinson pulls it in.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Ball's knocked loose. In transition, here come the Bulls. And a wide open look for Porter. Here is the open 3 to cap the break. Porter's got 6.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Smith against White. Smith drives in, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Great concentration. That was a special play by Dennis Smith Jr.
And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
And the Knicks making a change here. Morris is checked in. Even this early on, Brent, have you been on teams where you just knew changes were coming down the road?
Yeah, most of that, Kevin, I think happens because of internally what's going on with the team. Yeah, on the floor, you're going to see guys operating in the offense, playing pick and roll, but
it's behind the curtains where you begin to feel, right?
Good executives and good coaching staffs understand communicating to the people in the front office to say, hey, if we stay this way, our potential, instead of growing, is not knowing how low we're going to go. So we need to make some changes.
Here's Randall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Lauri Markkanen, and he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Big man who was forgotten about during free agency, Randall could be an impact player for the Knicks.
And Knicks missed out on the marquee names they were after, but Randall should give them great production for quite some time. Not a huge name, but a young talent that can help this team.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Bobby Portis comes in for Mitchell Robinson, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Dennis Smith. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Now here's Porter. He has 6. Puts up a 3, and the Bulls another 3. The Knicks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. White against Payton. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, I think on the scouting report, the challenge was make Payton make those shots. Well, Payton's making those shots.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Second chance shot, and Carter lays it up and in. And the Bulls lead by 2.
Such a big part of what he does for this team, just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Now here is Morris. An 11-point game for him in the win against Boston. Portis, the pass to Barrett. Over Levine, and again it's New York.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
For the Knicks, Taj Gibson's checked in for Julius Randle, and Ellington is subbed in for Barrett. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Felicio's checked in for Wendell Carter. Young comes in for Porter. Donnie's checked in for Levine, and Zedaransky subbed in for White. Gibson, and that one clearly a foul, gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
I commend the physical play of Taj Gibson. He brings that every night. When he's shooting, he's skilled at drawing contact.
The Knicks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
Taj Gibson is tough, proven veteran who plays well on both ends of the court.
Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for the Bulls. Both good from the line that time.
Tons and tons of playing time to be had in New York for Coach Fizdale. Second-round players, second-chance players. A lot of these guys are going to get their shot. Of course, R.J. Barrett, the guy they're going to lean on most to see what he's capable of doing and how quickly he can learn. But the Knicks have a ton of developing to do this year.
Morris kicks to Gibson. New York, no good that time either.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Back to Zedaransky. At the top of the key, Felicio. And the Bulls get it back. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Bulls now, trailing by 2. Here's Young. Tries yet again, and it's good on the layup.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
And here is Payton. 9 points last game. Outside Portis. Pass to Gibson. To the inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 11 feet away. Portis can't get it to go. Chicago has gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Passes it to Young. Good work defensively by Morris.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Ellington finds Gibson. Payton looking it over. Stolen away. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Pass to Dunn. Stuffed. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Here's Satoransky. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But
yeah.
If the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
And he makes both free throws. For New York, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Payton drives in. Portis, the pass to Gibson. Now Morris. Payton right side. 5 to shoot. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Payton being aggressive, a mindset that the coaches have encouraged with him. Stay aggressive out there.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Now it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
Man, if Payton wants to stay in this league for a long time, that shot has to be more and more consistent. That's a good sign.
Felicio kicks to Valentine. The pass to Dunn. Shot clock at 6. A leaner, and he connects with the jumper.
And it's awesome to see Dunn works in his effective mid-range jumper. So sharp, so accurate.
1:15 left to play in the first. And the wide open shot from Morris. The shot comes out, and the Bulls going the other way now. Here's Satoransky, and the Bulls tack on 2 more. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Pass to Portis. Passes to Ellington. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, no secret that the Knicks were planning for a massive free agency and a free agent signing this past summer. They cleared a lot of cap space, and we're hopeful that their draft choice would be that #1 slot. It did not come to fruition.
And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Chicago trailing here. We've got 33 seconds left in the first. Young up top, covered by Morris. 5 on the clock. Here's Dunn, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Bulls lead by 1.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Payton finds Morris. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Knicks out front, up 2. We've got more in store for you right after this. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she bears herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Taking a look at the Bulls, we've got Chris Dunn, young out there with Valentine. Then there's Thomas Satoransky, and it's Felicio in at the 5. Now here's Payton, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. And Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Knox, he's checked in for New York. Smith comes in for Payton. Satoransky against Smith. Lays it up and banks it in. Smith's got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
That's a pretty gritty play there by Dennis Smith Jr.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Young. Felicio, the pass to Young, moves back up, and Gibson sends it back.
Taj Gibson doing a good job of just getting the hands up, and then the instincts come into play with the block.
Now here's Ellington. Dunn covering. Now here's Ellington. He kicks it to Smith. Pass to Morris. Nifty move. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Morris has got 5 now.
Recognizing spacing on the floor there, Dennis Smith Jr. with a nice job of delivering. You know, Kevin, can Dennis Smith Jr. not rely on just trying to be explosive all the time? Can he play with some poise and patience and get the in-between game going to help this offense do what it needs to do to function efficiently. That is the task at hand for Dennis Smith Jr. as he plays for the New York Knicks this season.
So for the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Julius Randle comes in for Morris, and Barrett subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Now here's White. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The kick out to Porter. For three. And again, Chicago. No good. And Brent, you and I were just talking about this with Smith. He's learning to pass out of or turn to a floater more often on his drives.
Yeah, that's because he used to be able to, because of his athleticism and playing against lesser talent, burst by guys and have no obstruction. Well, in the NBA, it doesn't quite work that way. You've got to find ways to, once you get into the gaps, have decisions at the ready, whether that's to score or make plays for your teammates. That's where Dennis Smith Jr. has to improve.
There is Carter following the basket by Julius Randle. Carter dishes to Levine. And Levine throws it down.
And the vertical that Levine has really gives him an advantage when he's able to hit that launching pad.
Barrett the pass to Randle. And here is Robinson. Smith outside. Here's the three. Shot clock reset for the Knicks. Here's Randle. They shoot again. He lays it in. Randle's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
With the teardrop. Excellent D that time from Robinson. New York leading by 8. Now Smith. 5 points in the game. Chalk up 2 there. Smith's got 7 points in the game.
All about the burst there. Dennis Smith Jr. creating the separation.
And so White will bring it up for Chicago. Their next game is in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. It's stolen by Carter. White against Randle. And White kicks to Porter. Out to Carter. Outside Levine. Clock at 6. Wide open look. Connects. The jumper drops. Levine's got his second basket.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
It's Robinson high post. Smith outside. Fires the three. Rebound by the Bulls. Right side White. Robinson with the block. Randle surveying the D. Yep, that one goes. Barrett's got the lead up to 10 now for New York.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's White. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important? And sometimes, you know, with the win-or-loss in the balance.
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly, who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But, you know, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Now here is Smith. He's got 7. Here's Knox. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Knox has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. White finds Levine. There's the pass to Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Ring shot on the way. And it's White missing.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Randall passes to Knox. Over Levine. The offensive rebound.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's White. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto. Lobs it up for Levine. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Robinson. Oh, and here we go. Knox has got it. The fast break chance. There's the three. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 6th rebound on the night. Levine for 3. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Smith dishes to Randall. Out to Smith. Here's Knox. White covering. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Levine with the ball. Basket good. Levine's got 6 in the quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Smith against White. Smith the pass to Knox. 6 to shoot. Takes a 3. Smith with the basket on the assist from Randall. 10 points for Smith.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Levine. Sweet little floater.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now here is Smith. 10 points for him. Randall left side. Pass to Knox. Over Levine. Knox misses. Bulls trail by 12. Stolen by Robinson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Zach Levine.
Well, that kind of activity from Kevin Knox is going to pose some problems for the defense.
The Knicks have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
That one is off. Well, you knew it was going to take some time for Kevin Knox, but Greg, at the end of last season, he began to show flashes of what he could do.
You could almost see the game starting to slow down for him about halfway through the season. Consistency is something all rookies struggle with, but it hit Knox especially hard. Fortunately, that is something that passes with time.
Kevin Knox got a ton of experience in his rookie year playing for the New York Knicks. The 9th overall pick in 2018 out of Kentucky. Played nearly 30 minutes a game. That's a lot of minutes to try to understand your game at the pro level and then what you need to work on.
Here's Young. Robinson with the block. And he gets it back. Sent that one away, but after it touched the backboard, the refs are on it, and they call him for goaltending.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Morris is checked in for Kevin Knox. Felicia's checked in for the Bulls. The Knicks leading by 10. Payton outside. Dishes it to Robinson. Back to Payton. Pass to Barrett. Overdone. And Barrett gets it to go. Barrett's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, he's got to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
The defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Levine against Payton. To the paint. Stolen by Markkanen. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. So for the Knicks, Portis comes in for Robinson. And Taj Gibson is subbed in for Randle. The Bulls also changing it up. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Markkanen. And Satoransky's subbed in for Levine. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul. Pass to Satoransky. Back to Dunn. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Now, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm. He's very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and that's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
Now here's Gibson. Good defensive work there by Young. 1:37 left here in the second. Now here's Valentine. Covered by Payton. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Valentine. And New York hope that Fizdale's likability would be a factor in free agency.
Yeah, I think it's going to help the Knicks as they move forward here. Try to find some stability with their coach. That way David Fizdale and his messaging can remain consistent with the type of players that they try to attract here to Gotham.
Clock is at 3. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Here's Chicago. They're on a 10-2 run here. Done with it. Picked up by Barrett. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
I love seeing Dunn use his creative side to get these calls. He is simply amazing at putting defenders in a tough spot.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Barrett. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for the Bulls. He doesn't get the second one.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Bulls. They continue the road trip heading out to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. And that one falls for Ellington. He hits both from the stripe. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Back to Satoransky. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Satoransky's got 6.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Satoransky against Payton. Chicago grabs the miss. Felicio's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And stolen by Portis. Now here's Ellington. Not a lot of room. Done with some nice D. Young outside. With 1 on the clock. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Knicks lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elford, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elford. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. For the Knicks, Kenny, some perspective, please.
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You gotta like what Dennis Smith has done in this game.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. It's a 5-point game. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And New York looking at who they've got. Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Barrett is out there with Dennis Smith. And it's Robinson in at the center, filling out the middle. Now Smith, after Zach LaVine missed from long range. Smith laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Smith's got the first points to start out the third quarter for New York.
And Smith Jr. in this one's got to continue to stay aggressive. He's got it going.
And White kicks to LaVine. Over Barrett. It'll go, and the Knick lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from LaVine.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Smith finds Randall. Shoots the three. Kept alive by New York. Robinson misses. Bulls trail by 5. With some arc, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on R.J. Barrett.
And in flashes, LaVine has shown he can be a star. Now, he has to put it all together on a consistent basis.
First one falls for him. Well, you just watch LaVine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with LaVine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim. You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago. And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Outside, Markkanen. LaVine deciding where to go with it. Outside, White. Outside, Markkanen. Down to 5 on the shot clock for the tie. It's rebounded by New York. They've led by as many as 14 points. And with Levine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with Levine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
For New York, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. First free throw is good.
Kevin Knox was a bit of a mixed bag in his rookie season, and that's to be expected on a team that didn't have a tremendous amount of consistent talent on the floor. He struggled with his scoring and showed some flashes shooting the ball. It'd be interesting in year 2 where it is that Kevin Knox has made some improvements in the offseason.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And with Knox, Brent, the athleticism is clearly there.
Oh, he can get up and down with the best of them and can rise up and do some exciting things. But for Kevin Knox, it's about consistency. Can he get to some spots on the floor where every night he's capable of making plays, whether that's for him or doing something off the bounce? That's the next step for Kevin Knox.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The first one falls.
I think Mitchell Robinson is one of those guys. We saw it last year. He might get 4 or 5 blocks a game. So many players tempted to shoot outside shots because Mitchell would play off of them, and then quickly he would get to them and deflect the shot. So incredible quick twitch fibers and quick to the ball to make an impact defensively.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And with Robinson, if he played a full 40 minutes every game, Brent, his block numbers would be outstanding.
Look at you, Kevin, digging into the per 36 minutes statistics.
Yeah.
I like it. He's a great rim protector. He has great activity down there. And if he can stay with the game plan, I think Coach Fizdale is going to find ways to give him more minutes in this season.
Here's Carter, rejected by Robinson. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. So it's the Knicks now. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. And then Robinson slams it in.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And here are the Bulls now. The Knicks making the shot. LaVine for 3. Robinson pulls it in.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Here's White. The Knicks making the shot. It's stolen by Smith. And the layup is good. Smith's got the lead up to 14 now for the Knicks.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Chicago calls timeout.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And checking out some stats for LaVine. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged about 23 points a game last year, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Now here's LaVine. 14 points for him. No good on that one.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
They need this one. Here's White. Robinson with the block. And he recovers it.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Barrett dishes to Smith. Barrett the pass to Robinson. Randall down low. Guarded by Levine. 4 on the clock. Lets it go from the wing. And too long on the shot. And so Markkanen will bring it up for Chicago. They trail by 14. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Chicago calls timeout. And for a player that didn't come in with a lot of fanfare to the NBA, Markkanen is one of the top young players in the league.
Yeah, call him the marksman or the finisher. Call him Larry Bird if you like. Fantastic stretch 4 who showed he could be a focal point of an offense, can play with an edge as well, and is just scratching the surface of his potential.
Now here's Markkanen. Carter down low. Robinson on him, and it's Carter missing. New York leading by 14. Here's Barrett. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
White finds Carter. Stolen by Robinson. Randall with the ball. Guarded by Porter. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Lauri Markkanen. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing, instead of an all-star weekend, to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that at high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. Now here's Levine. He's got 14. That one goes in.
Easy to be in awe of Levine. Exceptional with the basketball, and has some tricks up his sleeve.
Now here's Barrett. Guarded by Levine. Stolen by Levine. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Bobby Portis is checked in for the Knicks. Marcus Morris comes in for Kevin Knox. Chicago also making some changes. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Dunn in for White. Dunn misses.
Well, the D's so tight on him, and it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Smith. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Carter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Dunn looking over the floor. Now the pass to Porter. The 3. He can't get that one, so New York will take it the other way. Floats it up for Randall. Out to Morris. Up top, Randall. Shot clock at 5. Inside, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And looking now at some numbers here for Randall. Coming off a terrific season. 19th in scoring, and he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
Yeah, and like you said, one of the better scorers in the NBA last season. A tireless worker on the offensive end. He could be even better this season.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here is Porter after the made shot from Bobby Portis. This one for 3, and Porter is good for 3. Porter's got 12.
Coming into the league, Porter didn't have that. Now, after a ton of work, he's a long ball threat.
Here's Smith. Morris trying to free himself up, and it's Smith missing. Bulls trail by 16. Here's Levine. Buries the jumper to finish the break. He's got 18.
So aggressive once he gets high. Love how Levine stays after it when he gets it going.
Pass to Portis. Now, here's Barrett. He's covered closely. Chicago's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Levine against Morris. Takes it from 10. No good off the back of the rim.
Nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
The first free throw is good.
Born in Toronto, Barrett joins a talented group of Canadians who have entered the NBA ranks.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Taj Gibson's checked in for Julius Randle, and it's Payton in for Smith. Felicio's checked in for Chicago. Satoransky comes in for Levine. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Satoransky. He has 6. Passes it to Felicio. Here's Dunn. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Gotta put some pressure on Dunn when he's squaring up from outside. Just an exceptional score.
Now, here's Barrett. Dunn covering. And here's Morris for 3. Nice D from Porter.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Felicio kicks to Dunn. Off target with his 3. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 13-point lead. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
Tough to throw Gibson off. When he's looking to score, he powers through whatever defense is there and gets it done.
Now, here's Porter. He's got 12. And it goes for the 5th time, and 10 shots for him this game.
Now that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Payton against Satoransky. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. That one's in there. The New York lead is cut to just 11 points, and the basket from Dunn.
What insane body control by Dunn, driving straight into the heart of the defense and burying the shot even with the contact.
Now here's Payton. He's got 7. Morris outside. Lets the 3 fly. Satoransky grabs the miss. Satoransky's got his 4th rebound in this one. Dunn left side. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
And a breakthrough season for Marcus Morris in 2018 and 19. Career highs almost across the board.
And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. You know, Greg, the Celtics are encouraging their players to take mental health just as seriously as their physical health. Marcus Morris brave enough to say that helped him a lot.
I mean, the Morris twins growing up in the hard streets of Philly. I mean, a lot to overcome, but by getting some help, that's exactly what Marcus is doing.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's Young. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Morris kicks to Payton. And the shot goes down. Payton's got 9.
Well, Alfred Payton on a straight line drive. Pretty fearless on that attack.
They get a hand on it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton. Dunn passes to Satoransky.
Now Gibson is going to get gritty on defense. Does a solid job right there of staying in front of his man. Nothing easy.
The shot by Payton, no good. Bulls trail by 13. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Markkanen finds Young. Back to Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Now here's Payton. He's got 9. Pass to Portis. In the corner, it's Ellington. The shot and game clock separated by 4.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Tries to save it. Here's Payton. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so it's New York looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their transition game has been in full effect, and we'll be back with you shortly. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. New York leading by 13 on the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Inside, it's Young and Markkanen. Satoransky there with Dunn, and it's Porter at the small forward position.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
They're checked in for New York. And a change for the Bulls. Whitey's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. Looking to get back on track here. And it's White missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Down against Payton. And there's the pass to Portis. Shot clock at 6. Here's Barrett. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And this is Barrett at his best. Looking for a shot, being active on offense. Love it.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Shots good from Young.
Great use of the bounce pass. Thumbs down on that one, Kevin. Tough to defend against.
The Knicks leading by 16. Payton outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, Elfrid Payton's continued to improve his game, and so far so good.
Yeah, a marked improvement in long-range percentage. Good size and defensive potential as well. He's knocking down shots. We might have something in Elfrid Payton.
And that one misses. And 5 straight triple-doubles last season for Elfrid Payton, showing his all-around impact.
Amazing with his size and athleticism at the point guard position that he has that kind of versatility. That's some lofty company. I mean, 5 straight triple-doubles. What an amazing run by EP.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mitchell Robinson comes in for Portis, and it's Knox in for Taj Gibson. Now here's Markkanen. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Playing with aggression inside. At times, it's like Markkanen is daring the defense to foul it.
And he makes the first. And Markkanen drops them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Payton against White. Morris outside. Kicks it to Barrett. Down low. Here's Robinson. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's White. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Barrett. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Knicks lead by 17.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Young outside from downtown. The Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Bulls trail by 17. And here's the fast break. Dunn leading the way. Here's Young. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there. That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Now here is Smith. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Right side, White feeds to Carter. And he banks in the layup.
It's so smooth in the pick and roll. Love seeing White there with the right pass.
Smith dishes to Robinson. Barrett with the ball. White's there. Smith for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
And trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his 2nd 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
It's stolen by Smith. Oh, Morris in position. And no good that time.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, and that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
Free throw good for Morris. But when it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed, and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
White with it to the paint. Here's Young, and he lays it straight in. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Smith wide open. He fired. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Bulls trail by 19. Outside, Levine. To the middle. Here's Carter. Robinson pulls it in. New York's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Randall with the bucket.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
White drives in. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
And that one falls for White. The Knicks leading by 18. Pass to Randall. And then Randall slams it in.
Oh, that's nuts. Randall getting up there, turning a little bit, and putting on a bit of a show here.
And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
And it goes down 2 points. Levine's got 10 points in just the second half. The Knicks leading by 18. Smith outside. It's Robinson, top of the key. Knocks the pass to Randall. Out to Smith. Beyond the arc. Beyond the clock. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Randall, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call. Chicago the foul. That free throw missing.
Randall really improved in his shooting range from 10 to 16 feet last year, and that just makes him so much more a complete offensive threat in any system he plays in.
Chicago making a switch here. Porter's checked in. Bulls trail by 19. And White kicks to Levine. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. And here's Barrett. Passes it to Robinson. Smith finds Randall. New York moving it around. Robinson misses.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now here's Levine. Here's the floater. That shot off. Some solid defense from Robinson. And Smith with the stuff.
Point guard who can get up and fly. Dennis Smith Jr. makes some reservations.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
White, good.
He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
Now here is Smith. In the corner, Barrett with it. Robinson dishes to Smith. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And doing a really good job here of pounding it inside in the second half. Sound strategy with the lead.
Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Here is Carter. That one misses. Now the Knicks take it the other way.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Barrett. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Zach LaVine.
So quick and decisive. Barrett's speed and fearlessness is hard to match up against when you're defending.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Now here's White. And Young kicks to White. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist in this one.
An assertive offensive player. White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
Barrett with the ball. Guarded by LaVine. Smith on the wing. Back to Knox. Just 5 on the clock. Over Porter. Misses off the right iron.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 17-point game. Porter with a block. And Kevin Knox gets the whistle that time. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the first one at the line is good.
And every year, Porter seems to get better. His three-point shot continues to evolve, and he's embraced taking on more responsibility.
He's off on the second. New York leading by 16. Barrett kicks to Smith. Here's Randall. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
You wonder if the coaching staff is encouraging these kind of nights and aggressive play from Randall to take over.
Now here's Levine over Smith. And again, Chicago. No good. Here's Knox, guarded by Porter, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
First free throw is good. And so he hits both. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Julius Randle.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play, and this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. 1:46 left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Hutchison. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Harrison scanning the floor. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Knicks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
A very solid win indeed, and when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Julius Randle.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Chicago has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Shots good from Young.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Here's Trier. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. And Trier is good for 3.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both. There's 25 seconds left in the game. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
The pass to Dotson. Hutchison with the rebound.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Elfrid, first off, congrats on the win. What was the key to getting this one?
Oh, man, we made shots. We did a good job of, just getting to the rim.
Big effort tonight, Elfrid. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.